Hello friends, welcome to another episode of Chart Mojo. In today's video, we are going to look at Nifty, Dow, and three FNO counters which are looking quite weak. So guys, if you remember in the last video, we were discussing a falling support line, and what we have seen is on Monday there was a breach of this previous swing low. Okay, but there was a rebound in the market. We were expecting that if this candle low is taken out, there can be an attempt for this 650 gap fill level. Okay, 16650 gap fill level, but there was a rebound, and then by the end of the week again market came down. So we will continue with the same. Okay, but this time there is a stiff support at 16800. Now this is very clear that 16800 should be the key level. Earlier we was expecting that 16850 is taken out, then we would achieve a 16650 level. Now 16800 is the key level. How much market, okay, or I can say till where we can expect market to go if 16800 is taken out. So our first level should be this gap fill level, which comes at 650, 16650. Second level should be near about at the level of 16300, which is again a gap fill level. Okay, till here we can expect that if there is a serious selling in the market and if 16800 is taken out, then we could expect first gap level and second gap level to be filled in the upcoming weeks. So guys, if you remember in the last video we were very cautious on the upside because there can be a bounce from the support level, but upside is very limited in this market. Similarly this time also, okay, if in the next week if we see market going above 17250 level, which will now act as a key resistance area, then only one can try to take a safe long position intraday. If 250 is taken out, we can see market going near about 17350 to 400 level, and if we see any bigger move, then this gap fill is possible. That's it. Above that we are not seeing the market can hold. Okay, we will see further data because the structure of the market is quite weak. We can see lower low, lower high, or lower low, same high being formed on this downside structure. Okay, so these are the key level on Nifty which you need to watch for upside 17250, for downside 16800. Near about two gap fills on downside 650 and 300, on upside 350 to 400, and a big gap fill at near about 17550 to 600 level. Now let us go to Bank Nifty, and if you see the Bank Nifty chart, here you will see it is somehow managing to be in the range of this previous support area. Okay, there was a breakdown, but it again then came into that same area. Now regarding US banking crisis, if you hear the news, there is a shift in the depositors. If you see, many small banks depositor are now shifting toward the bigger banks because everyone wants a safety in this crisis. Okay, so in this situation it is really tough to say what will be the upcoming any crisis or solution for this crisis, or how the big player will react, especially in the banking sector of US. And relatively, if we see Indian banking sector, it is very safe as against the foreign banks which are tanking. You can see European bank as well, American bank as well. On the other hand, Indian banks are quite strong. So in the upcoming week, again, we are not expecting any bigger move. Unlike Nifty, it might move, but we think it might then again go in a sideways pattern or in a zigzag formation. It might try to go down like this, or it might try to move in this similar fashion on an upside. Okay, but the thing is, if we see any again big negative news on the banking side, then there can be a panic. Okay, so we need to be very active on that side. We need to be updated about key events which are going on the developed market, or you can say on US or European markets. Now if I look at the crude is going down. Crude was going down at a very faster slope. Now even crude is consolidating here. If you can see, even crude is consolidating um, in a very small range. Okay, uh, it is now healthy. Okay, if crude was going down in one way, then we might have taken it negative. Now it might form a downtrend after this breakdown. Okay, so we will take this as a positive sign. So crude is positive right now. Now let us go to the US. Okay, US 30 Dow. If you see this index, it is holding this level at closing basis, which is 31,800, which is quite interesting to see. This level is not taken out on the closing basis. It's been now almost, you can say, 20 trading session. Okay, or you can say almost 20 days. This level is being protected. Okay, any close below 31,800. Okay, and if we see market, US market closing below 31,500, that will be the very you can say quite very strong signal for us to go shorts on the equity side. Now if Dow is holding this level, it is clearly, so some big player might be thinking that due to the recent fall in the yields, okay, now they are expecting that Fed will soften their yield, or Fed will help this sector right now, and because of that, some big player might be now going on a longer side on the equity. Okay, now if I see dollar index, okay, now Friday, if you see dollar index was giving a close below 102 level, which was very good sign for the equity. Now they were able to give a pullback on the dollar index. At the same time, we see US market also giving a upside movement. If I show you intraday chart, you will come to know there was a very sharp fall, which you will see on Nifty chart as well on the Friday closing. In the when DEX open, Nifty start tanking. Okay, also there are quite bad news in the market as well, or you can say news which is hurting the sentiments of traders regarding mutual fund and regarding STT, which is going around. um, but on a larger extent, if you see, when the news came, there was a reaction. Okay, you can see on a 5 minute chart. Quickly I will give you here. Okay, see, this was the reaction. Okay, when the STT news came, and again it went up. Okay, why it went up? Because if you see the US market at that time, okay, this is the US market. Okay, it was going up. There was an inverse relation at that time, but because US market was going up and it started consolidating here, at that time even Nifty pulled up. But when this selling started due to the European news, okay, you can see DAX. Okay, similarly here on Dow we can see a sharp fall, which we can see on Nifty as well. So now these all are moves which are created due to the news, or which are created due to an event in the market, which we can see have a similar effect on all the world market which are trading. Some market will fall more because that event is happening in their home country. Okay, some market will fall less because the impact of event will be less, but the sentiment is definitely hurt in all over the markets. So on Friday, Dow was able to successfully go up. So, guys, now why we are discussing this? Because in the upcoming days, it can become difficult because Dow is giving a very sideways movement. Here, I will show you daily chart, and you can see this. This is nothing but a sideways movement. And if you try to take a positional trade in such kind of a market, what happened usually is, if you get any bullish sign, okay, then you will hold a trade, but suddenly with the negative news, even our SL is not hit. Now we try to get out of the trade to avoid a big gap down moves in that fearful environment. So Dow is definitely sideways right now. In next week we might able to know what dollar index and Dow shows the behavior. On the Nifty front, because news were there on Friday, okay, our local market news were there on Friday on mutual fund and STT, it might try to hurt the sentiments of the market. But over and large, if market breaks 16800, we can expect first and second gap fill. That's it. So this crisis is not our own. This is, you can say, a borrowed crisis, and we are falling down based on the sentiment, based on the fund, or you can say based on the selling made by the FIIs. But we can't ignore the fact that we are right now in a weaker territory. Most of the FNO counter which I was looking today were below 200 DEMA. Most of them were making very negative price action pattern. Okay, so we can't ignore this. Definitely we will fall less, but we are seeing a negative signs in our market as well. Now let us go to the counters. Okay, first is granules. Granules is looking definitely weak. You can say this is a broader channel pattern. There was a breakout from the broader channel pattern. It moved up, okay, near about 30 to 40% of the pole length. But recently we can see channel resistance was there, okay, and there was a sharp fall. You can see a very big candle, okay, a very big bearish close Marubozu candle. Now if you see here, there is a descending triangle pattern forming up, a very stiff resistance at 280 to 278 level. So what we will do, one should wait for 275 level to get cleared out. Why? Because you can see, if you see a symmetric descending triangle, sorry, if you see a descending triangle, the moves are like this, okay, it is clear. Okay, here you can see between this swing, okay, it it is moving, okay, in a very tight zigzag manner, which is nothing but choppiness in the market. Okay, so in this price action behavior, there is a lot of choppiness. Okay, even if you see the nature of granules, you will see choppiness in this chart. Here you can see, okay, if you're taking long, your SL will hit. If you're taking short, your SL will get hit. So 275 is the level which one should watch for. If that level is taken out, one can expect intraday 270 and 260 level, okay, in the coming trading session. I won't suggest for a weekly right now, because the market is now very much based on the news based event. So one can expect the intraday level. If you see, last week we have discussed Bajaj Finance and Indigo and India Cement. Intraday level were done on the Monday itself. But for the positional, there was a pullback. Okay, so positional trading, because of news which are coming in the market right now, so one can look for the intraday setups. Let us go and see Indus Tower counter. Okay, now this is a very interesting chart. Again, we can see a very weak counter. Okay, why we say Indus Tower is very weak? You can see the chart structure. It is on the lower side. You can see lower low, lower high forming up from here. Okay, now here you will see lower low. Okay, there was a breach in that pattern, but again you can see lower low, lower highs are being formed. If you see the overall structure, stock below 200 DMA, stock is showing a negative behavior. And right now here you can see the emergence of flag pattern. Okay, this is the pole, and you can see the flag body, or rather, we say a flag pattern. You can term it as a pennant pattern. Okay, so guys, if we see a break below 145 level, this is for the safe. Someone want a very safe level, but if someone is aggressive, a break below 147 will trigger a breakdown here, and one can expect 140 level in the intraday in the days to come. We can keep a watch on this level. So guys, now let us move toward the M&M. Okay, Mahindra and Mahindra, you can see one way upside trend, higher high, higher low being formed. Then it went into the sideways zone. Okay, here there was a chance of breakout, but again that breakout failed, and we can see a downside movement. Now what is interesting here is the stock is consolidating below 1200 key level. Now this was a very good support. Why? This was a resistance, then change of polarity, this becomes support, 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 and a support was taken out here. Now if we see this consolidation, okay, this consolidation, in this consolidation we can see all those who want to buy the dip, they have done that. If you see the price going below 1140, then definitely there will be a breakdown in this counter, and we can assume in intraday. By the way, this is a flag pattern. Okay, this is the pole. Okay, again a pennant pattern we can say, because of the symmetry which we are seeing. Okay, so this is a pennant pattern, falling bearish pennant pattern with a previous down move, so the probability even increases. So 1140 is the key level which we will watch for. Okay, if 1140 is taken out, then there is a good trade with good RR here. Okay, one can expect this counter to go in intraday near about 1115. Okay, 1115 and 1050 level. Okay, this two level one can watch for in the intraday. Now 1100 will definitely act as a psychological level. There you can also take a part if you're doing for the intraday. Okay, these are the level which one should watch for if someone is looking in M&M. So these three counters are weak counter. Okay, overall Nifty, again we think it might be a negative bias on the Nifty. It might remain in more sideways zone. Upside should only be looked if Nifty cross 17250. Okay, this is it for the video. I hope you're liking our content. If you're liking, please press the like button. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe our channel. Till then, take care. I will meet you next